Hello! I'm Paco Panda. I was wondering what could I do today, and I wanted coloring a little bit, and I remember that my friend Hubcap gave me this coloring book. It is the Lion King coloring book. I was looking inside and it has many great drawings, so many options, and yes, I'm gonna play with this today. Come with me! This has many options I like to color. This one is my favorite. Probably I'm gonna do this one. Oh, Scar! More Simba! Nope. After looking all the book, this is my favorite. I like the composition. And I have so many color materials in my house. I live with a human who is an artist, so he has a lot of crayons. Wow, there are so many boxes of crayons. He has watercolors, color markers, and he also has so many boxes of color pencils. So it is for sure I'll use color pencils. But I'm gonna use the box. The big box. It is a huge box. Let's do this together. This is like opening a treasure box. Oh, so many colors. It is double decker. No, it is triple decker. Now this is the hardest part to start. To get the initiative to actually start working. How to start? I have so many colors with me. I guess I'm gonna start with the background. Okay, this is voiceover, obviously. This took me around 1 hour and a half to finish, and I didn't want to make 1 hour and a half video, so I speed it up, because I really didn't want to bore you. But I think it may be interesting for you how was the process to color this picture. I started with the background first, creating more vegetation to give a feeling of depth. Some mountains here and there, and some other trees. Then the sky. Sorry if I took so long on the sky. Just wait for it, I'm sure it is more interesting when I start coloring the characters, so be patient. Meanwhile, I want to tell you about the problems I had working on this. Problem number 1. I'm a panda, and I have panda paws. That makes me very clumsy to use pencils. I'm not very precise, and sometimes I'm grabbing the pencils wrong. Or I pick another color that was just next to the one I wanted to pick. So being a silly person, this is a challenge. It's not my first time trying to do this. I participated at many conventions on the event Doodle for Charity, where we are fursuits who are doodling for free, encouraging people to donate for charity to get their drawings. So definitely I am used to do this. Problem number 2. The paper is very thin. As many times I thought the sheet was going to break. So I had to be very careful to not mix the colors so many times on the same point. I really don't know what kind of paper this book is made of, probably recycled paper. Also, some parts of the drawing shown the other drawing that was printed behind, in the other face on the sheet. But I think after all the color it's not very noticeable. Problem number 3. I don't know who is the author of this outline. I wish I could give them properly credits to the artist. I tried to look around the entire book if there was a section with at least one credit, one name, but nope! It only says Disney next to a circle with a C inside. I doubt that Walt Disney himself was the author of these drawings. I need to point how good quality all these drawings of this book are, because every page is a complete original piece. They are not still frames they took of the movie. For example, I had never seen this pose of Simba before, and this is a constant of the entire book, so whoever is the author of the drawing of this coloring book studied very well the characters and told the story of the movie in their new perspective. If I'm wrong and you know where these drawings were taken from, let me know, please. As well as, this is important, if you know who is the author of this drawing, because I really think they deserve proper credits for this video and for this piece, well, also let me know. But well, at least I can tell you this is a coloring book from the Bendon publisher with the proper rights of Disney, so I guess this is official. Definitely this is a super neat coloring book. I need to thank again Hubcap who gave me this book. It was during Antro Norwest in November 2019. Thank you, Hubcap. I was working on the ground. I didn't want to make it all grass or all dust. I think the variety of elements make it look more interesting. And despite I'm not using a huge hue of colors, I try to not use only one. That way I can decide what parts are lighter colors, so those parts are more touched by the light, and what other parts are darker, and this creates texture. And that's really fun. It was the human Paco who taught me to do this. As you can see, I'm not mixing so hard the colors, only barely touching them, and this is for the quality of the paper. Now it is time to work on the most fun parts, the characters. I'm right-handed, and for that reason I usually start with the characters on the left. Because if I do it otherwise, I can be sweeping with my paw the character that I already color, and I may screw them up. Definitely this is my favorite part, because coloring alive beings is very interesting, and they're the subject that the viewer will pay more attention to. Also, you can feel they are alive and they are thanking you for giving them color. Sasu is mainly blue, yellow and white, but we can give him more variety of hues around those colors to make him look brighter and three-dimensional. Now is the turn for Nala. It was very difficult to figure out what color I was going to use for Nala, because there is no Nala color, not even in a 150 pencil box, so I had to combine many colors to get her color. And again, being very careful to not mix them excessively so I could break the paper. I need to apologize, I made a mistake when I was recording the video. The battery of the camera ran out and I didn't notice until many minutes later, so you could see I skipped when I was coloring most of her body. I thought I was recording it, but I was not. The camera didn't beep me or let me know it was not recording anymore, it just died. Good that I noticed before advancing even more. I would have cried if it was while I was coloring the face of Simba, because I know it would have been kind of important for you to see how I started coloring him. As you can see, I start first pointing where the dark shading will be on the character, so I can see before coloring how is the bulk on the body. I never have the same routine on the process of coloring a character. As you could see, with Nala I started with her head, and with Simba I started with yellows. I don't think there's a rule, and that's the fun thing with art, that you make your own rules, how you create your pieces. I insist, I don't feel this piece belongs to me. I'm just having fun with coloring it. That's why I consider it a shame that I don't know who is the real author of this drawing. My personal favorite is Simba in The Lion King. I know it's kind of boring to have the main character of the movie as your favorite, but I really like him. And I think this was my favorite part of this coloring time. Also, I love this pose of him a lot. He seems very happy, enjoying his time, and being a mischievous guy ignoring what Sasu is telling him. Of course, all of us know what will be the consequence of this. Also, I hope Simba is being grateful with me because I'm coloring him. Tail. The tail is important, and I was forgetting it. Actually, that's my problem with many characters, that people have to remind me, hey, you didn't draw my tail. That happens with pandas like me, have no tail. Let's make darker parts where the light is not touching. Not precisely because these parts don't belong to Simba, but more for creating a three-dimensional illusion. Some picky details on the entire scene, of course, and add some white with a white marker. These white dots make characters even more alive. And that's it! Challenge complete! You should take a coloring book as well and have fun with it. And this is the result of our work. I really hope you like it and you have enjoyed watching me doing it. Stay safe and see you next time!